All right, guys, the Utah Jazz just lost their third in a row. Things are going well for the Utah Jazz tank. Also, the Oklahoma City Thunder are awesome. Just awesome. Shai is awesome. Jalen Williams is incredible. Let's talk about it as the Hoops Nerd postgame show. All right, well, it looks like we didn't have... Oh, man, everything is... Okay. Things are going poorly right now. But anyways, this is a tanking episode. I don't know how many people are going to even watch this. The music is not working. Darn. Anyways, we're live. Guys, before we go into it, make sure you go to prizepicks.com. Use promo code HoopsNerd. Not that way. That way. And they will match up to $100 on your first bets. So go to Prize Picks, guys. Use the promo code HoopsNerd. It supports the channel. It's free money. It's a lot of fun. Go do it. It would be awesome if you did. Anyways, I will talk. What's this? Should we just end the show now? Should we just end now? Probably. All right, guys. Things are going really well for the Utah Jazz, but also for the Oklahoma City Thunder, if the goal is to win. Tonight, the Oklahoma City Thunder, Lou Dort struggled tonight, but the story of this game, they have quite the trio in Oklahoma City to just build around a core of Jalen Williams, Josh Giddey, and Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. Normally, we bring up the stats. I don't know if anyone really cares about that all that much. I don't know if it really really need to show it, so I'm going to just try not doing it. We used to do it like this in the past, and I'm just going to keep doing that. But anyways, Shai was phenomenal tonight. He took 19 free throws. SGA scored 38 points against this Jazz team. He had 4 assists, 7 rebounds. Like I said, he took 19 free throws. He had more free throws taken than field goal attempts. He was 10 for 17 from the field, 58% from the field, 58% from 3, and he was 89% from the line, 38 points. Just incredible production for SGA. He is an absolute superstar. One of the top 15 guys in the NBA for sure. And him and Lauri Markkanen are absolutely competing for most improved player. It's phenomenal to watch. They are both great. And SGA is looking like a superstar for this Thunder team. And hopefully they can keep him for a long time. They've been doing this tank for a while. And I think at this point, they've just got to go. And that's what they're doing. He got back from an injury and he had, what was it? COVID protocols, I think. He's now back and looks awesome. First quarter of this game, you could tell it was a game that Josh Giddey was going to be great. Tonight, he had 24 points, 9 assists, 9 rebounds, a near triple-double, 2 steals as well. But what's incredible is the shooting. He was 4 for 6 from 3, 10 for 16 from the field. If he's shooting it like that and can consistently shoot the ball like that, then he becomes unreal for them just because of how big he is. Josh Giddey, I think, is 6'9". He's everything I've heard from people who have seen him, he is just big. 6'8". I don't even know if that's right. Because I think he might be bigger than that. He is a great passer, and if he can become a consistent shooter like this, then sky's the limit for him. And then this Oklahoma City team just becomes so big across the board. And they play these big lineups with Jalen Williams with a Y playing center, and it makes them really interesting. I think they really do have that piece missing, and it's on the team. It's Chet Holmgren. And when you have Chet Holmgren playing, and then you have Giddy, Jalen Williams, Jalen with Jalen ALEN. Still don't know how they're gonna. There's got to be some way to tell them apart because they literally have the same name, Jalen Williams and Jalen Williams. But Jalen Williams, the Jalen A, I guess we'll call him because he's a better player than Jalen B, even though Jalen B is really good. Jalen A is fantastic, and so you've got Josh Giddey, Jalen Williams. You'll bring in Chet Holmgren, and then you have someone like Lou Dort. I mean, that is a phenomenal team. And then if you're the Thunder, you get another pick this offseason, likely a lottery pick, although who's to say they don't make the playoffs? This team is good enough that I could see them making a push. But if they don't, they'll add someone in the lottery, and then it's time to start doing some free agency stuff for the Thunder, or maybe a trade. I mean, honestly, at some point, do you think about maybe moving a player or some picks, because they have so many picks, and going and bringing in a stud? You know what I mean? I mean, Chet Holmgren is going to be awesome for this team, but it's going to take him a little time to acclimate. Can they bring in another guy that plays off of Shai, and you have all these guys? I mean, this team has a chance to be really good next year, and they are going to be good for a while because they've built their team. They've built up a core of young talent. They are awesome. The Thunder are awesome. I mentioned Jalen Williams, 32 points tonight. He was 12 for 15 from the field. He missed only 3 shots, and he took 15. He was 4 for 5 from 3. He took 6 free throws, 5 assists, 5 rebounds, 2 steals, 2 blocks. He is just a stat stuffer, and he's big, handles the ball so well. I mean, there's just so much to like about this Oklahoma City Thunder team. It's phenomenal. And then they make moves like pick up Isaiah Joe, and he can absolutely shoot the threads off the net. Just fantastic. So this Oklahoma City Thunder, I think, need to be now buyers after this season, because who knows what their pick will be, but they need to be buyers, and they need to go next year. Start building around what they have, adding just more talent. See if you can find an elite starter out there that maybe you either package picks for a trade, or see if you can get someone with free agency money. I don't know where they're at contract wise. Their biggest contract is Shai. Outside of Shai, they've got to have a ton of room. And so we'll see what happens, but they've done a great job, and they are going to be awesome for a while. Absolutely a while. All right, let's talk about the Utah Jazz, shall we? The Jazz really are, let's see, who did not play? Inactive for them. Pokachevsky, they're not playing him anymore. Oh, and Kenrich Williams, another really nice, I think he's out for the season actually, but Kenrich Williams is just a solid rotation player. I mean, so much talent on this team. They've done fantastic, and it took a few years of pain with losing games to get these picks, but yeah, they're adding Chet Holmgren, Kenrich Williams, going to be phenomenal. All right, we mentioned the Jazz. Let's talk about the Jazz. They lost this game on purpose. That's what's going on. They need to add picks. Just kind of like the Oklahoma City Thunder are now loaded, the Jazz want to do the same thing, and they're going to do a lot of that this offseason because they have 3 picks this draft, and they are trying to make their picks better, as good as possible. Right now, the Jazz are sitting at number 11 after tonight's loss, and they are a half game out of the 7 spot in the lottery. Top 7, top 8 pick. And honestly, Orlando barely lost to Portland tonight, who, by the way, Portland has like the number 1 offense in the NBA in the last 2 or 3 weeks. And Orlando is going for it. They could possibly make the playoffs. I'm just kind of curious. In fact, you know what? I'm going to share my screen. What's going on? What's going on? Okay, there we go. All right, and then let's make me small. So right now, let's just go to standings. Let's look at the East, because this is a big deal. If the Jazz could get 6 or 7, I mean, right now you've got Indiana in the 11th spot. Washington's trying to make it. They're in the play-in. You've got Toronto trying to make the play-in. You've got these guys trying to win. Chicago is just putrid. They've lost 2 in a row. They're trying their darndest, but they suck. But Orlando's a better team than Chicago. And look at this. They've been playing 500 ball for about 2 months. They are a solid basketball team. And look, it's catching up. It's very possible they end with a winning record. They are really trying. But I don't know if they'll get this play-in, but they're going for it. Indiana has won their game today as well. It's actually a tremendously successful game for the Jazz, day for the Jazz today. Indiana wins. Portland won, which gives more separation for the Jazz. Honestly, the Lakers should be in this 10 spot, and that puts the Lakers in the play-in. Oklahoma City, with what is going on with the Jazz right now, are just a better team, and they are going to continue to rise. Portland won today. Really solid. Can the Jazz get to right here so the only teams worse than them are San Antonio and Houston? That's incredibly possible. And then you look at the Eastern Conference, really you're just competing with these guys. But they're all trying. Orlando's good, guys. Franz Wagner, Paolo Banchero, they are good. Jalen Suggs, the offense hasn't been great, but he might be arguably one of the better perimeter defenders in the NBA. He is turning into an absolute demon defensively. This team is scary, and they're going to be better next year too, because they just lost Isaac again, which is incredibly frustrating if you're an Orlando Magic fan. But they're going to bring in someone else in the draft, and then I wouldn't be surprised if they go after somebody. Who knows? But they get the Chicago Bulls pick. Are you kidding me? They're getting another lottery pick to add to this pool of talent, and then they're just going to get better. Paolo Banchero is just going to get incredibly good for them. This is the last time we're probably seeing them out of the playoffs in the East. They're going to get better, and they're winning games. And so Utah can possibly pass all these guys. And so then you look at Tankathon here. I mean, look at this. Utah is going to pass Oklahoma City. It seems very likely that they do. They're going to pass Portland. They're trying to win. Utah's not trying to win. Washington's lost 2 in a row, but they are 5-5 in their last 10. They're trying to make the playoffs and get that play-in spot. Indiana has won another game, so they are right there with the Jazz with 31-34. The Jazz are just a game and a half, 2 games back of Indiana. Look at this. And Chicago and Orlando are trying. There is a world where the Jazz get a top 5 or 6 pick just by standings. And people were saying I was crazy, but I was telling you, just look at the tea leaves. Who's trying? Chicago, incredibly poorly run. And they only get their pick if they're top 4. So they're just kind of depending on luck, I guess. Are you kidding? It's horrible. So they're trying to win. Indiana, I guess they're trying to... We'll see if we can pass Indiana. I have a hard time seeing them not try to lose some games. Orlando's trying to win. I could see the Jazz passing Orlando pretty easily. I mean, they're 11.5. The Jazz are, 4 games back? But if the Jazz keep losing at this rate... And by the way... Utah has the 3rd toughest schedule from here on out. It's getting harder for the Jazz. And so if they're resting, I mean, Lauri Markkanen, I doubt he plays for the next couple games. There is no reason to risk his health with that hip injury. Jordan Clarkson was grabbing his wrist and he dislocated his finger tonight. You're not playing him next game. I can tell you that. There is just no reason for this Jazz team to risk anything. And there's only things to benefit from. So let's look at some of the things the Jazz benefited from. So anyways, Ochai Agbaji goes 4 for 10 tonight. But what I loved is this right here. 2 assists, 2 steals. What was really cool is that Ochai was getting opportunities to play. Ochai was being given the ball in pick and rolls. He was given opportunities to initiate the offense. And that makes me excited because he can do a little more than he's shown. And if the Jazz can just instill some confidence in him, that's fantastic. And that's really the benefit of what's going on here. Not only the fact that the Jazz are going to get a really good pick and get a really, really nice player in this draft, it's the fact that Ochai Agbaji is gaining confidence. And so the confidence he's getting now will translate in the future. So yes, the Jazz are taking a step back in terms of wins this year, but they are taking 2, 3, 4 steps forward in the future because of the talent acquisition and because of the confidence they're giving players like Ochai Agbaji, who's going to be on the Jazz for at least the next 7 to 8 years. 40% from the field, 16% from 3, and guess what? He has no fear of being pulled, and that's the best thing possible because what that does is it allows him to grow. It allows him to learn. This is not the Quinn Snyder pull players after a minute and a half for making a mistake. No, this is them actually investing in their young players, allowing them to grow, allowing them to develop, grow some confidence, learn what they can and can't do. And on those things they can't do, can you work on that in the offense? And can you improve on the things you're already good at? We already know he can shoot the lights out, and shooting nights like this are going to happen. But the more confidence you build in him, the better. Kelly Olynyk is just a nice guy to have on the floor with these guys. Look at this. 15 points, 10 rebounds, 5 assists. He just helps make other players better. And so having Ochai and Kessler on the floor with Kelly Olynyk makes a ton of sense. Absolutely a ton of sense. And I promise this was by design for Danny Ainge. I know some people out there want to say like, oh, the Bojan Bogdanovic trade. Guess what? The freaking Detroit Pistons suck. Literally nothing got better for them. Look at this. They got Bojan Bogdanovic, and they have the worst record in the NBA. So stop telling me that there was a big loss for Bojan Bogdanovic, because he didn't do much for the Jazz either. The Jazz lost Bojan Bogdanovic, lost Donovan Mitchell, lost Rudy Gobert, and they had a better offense than they had last year. So I don't want to hear about this Bojan talk. Bojan can stay in Detroit, and that's fine. Because guess what? With Kelly Olynyk on the floor, the ball moves. It goes to these players. He is completely unselfish. And I honestly hope he's on the team next year too, because he helps make other players better. He is a perfect locker room culture guy. Yes, he makes mistakes, but guess what? Those mistakes help us get more wins too. So it's just a win-win-win, as Michael Scott said. All right? This is phenomenal. Phenomenal. Walker Kessler, just a fantastic tonight. Tonight was one of those nights that got me really excited. Why? The 17 points, the 10 rebounds, and let's see, 5 block shots. He is turning into just an absolute monster. And let's see right here. You know what got me really excited? And case in point, look at his first field goal attempt of the night. Oh, no, it was a dunk. Oh, no, it's right here. Where was it? Oh, no, these are all his makes. First shot of the game. And this was my favorite. Why? Because it's a miss. Why is a miss important? Well, because look. Look at how much confidence he takes this shot with. Boom. Open. Taking it. And it honestly looks pretty solid. This is phenomenal stuff for the Jazz. If you can get Walker Kessler getting good shots like that and taking those threes, it changes everything for the future. If he's on a team that's competing for playoff spot, he's not getting that shot. He's just not. And he's not going to take it because you want to win the game. Right now, I want him taking those shots. Will Hardy has him taking them. And if he can start knocking those down and getting confident with it, then that means the Jazz can run any offense they want. Any offense they want. A 5-out offense with Walker Kessler? Yes, please. Because then you get the rim protection on the other end. It's what makes Chet Holmgren so incredible for this Oklahoma City Thunder team, because they can run a 5-out with Chet Holmgren, who also will protect the rim at an elite level. Well, guess what? Walker Kessler protects the rim at the same level as Chet Holmgren. But if he can develop that three-point shot, then what's the difference between Walker Kessler and Chet Holmgren, who was the number 2 overall pick in that draft, right? I can't remember. I think he was number 2 or number 3. I can't remember. I don't care. He's top 3 pick. And the Jazz might have a top 3 pick already in Walker Kessler. It's phenomenal. They got a pick out of that Rudy Gobert draft that turned into a top, like a runner-up to Rookie of the Year. Are you kidding me? But anyways, that's what I love about the rest of this season. Let Walker Kessler take threes. Let him take all the threes. Get confident. And then this offseason, I want Walker Kessler shooting 1,000 threes every day. Every single day. And in game situations, being guarded, in movement, on just this top of the three-point line, three-point shot for Walker Kessler, if he can knock that down at an average NBA rate, that's incredible. Because what that does is it opens up everything for everyone else. And if the Jazz strike gold in this lottery, which it's, to me, it just feels like it. But if the Jazz strike gold, and then you can have Walker Kessler shooting three-point shots, are you serious? Unbelievable. And then the other thing that was so cool, look at this. This dunk by Kessler just gave me the feels. Oh my gosh, watch this. So this is a pick and roll that turns into a post up. This is post, baby! Kevin McHale! He makes the move and just bullies his way to the rim. Oh gosh. Oh my God. All right, let's pull that up again. Anyway, we're live. Let's go back. This shot is phenomenal. Look at this post move. I just love it. And can we just get more of this from Walker Kessler? Can you imagine seeing this last year? We didn't see this last year. Gets it in the post. Look at this. He's like 7 feet away. He's near free throw line. Watch this move. Back him down, and he just curls around. Incredible footwork. This is playoff stuff. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? Can you do it? I mean, you can give Walker Kessler the ball in the post, and he can just go up and score Kevin McHale style? Are you kidding me? And then the fact that he can shoot the three. Did we get Chet Holmgren and lose Rudy Gobert at the same time? I can't believe it. And then we get more picks. It's unbelievable. It's unbelievable. Unbelievable. Things are going so well. So well. All right, finally, we got to give a shout out to Jordan Clarkson. There's Gray walking by. Jordan Clarkson tonight, 6 for 15 from the field. The shooting wasn't there, but you know what's pretty cool? He had 12 assists tonight. But he had 13. 12 assists tonight. That is a career high for him. He was initiating the offense in an incredible way. I don't know if Jordan Clarkson's going to be on the team next year, just because this is a free agency class that's not very good. And someone like Jordan Clarkson is going to get paid by somebody. Maybe even someone like the Oklahoma City Thunder who want just another piece. But Jordan Clarkson is going to get paid. And maybe it is the Jazz. Maybe the Jazz just want to keep him because they want to keep that great culture they have. And Jordan Clarkson's a big part of that. But anyways, 12 assists from Jordan Clarkson is fantastic to see. 18 points, 12 assists. Did you ever think you'd see that from Clarkson? A 12-13 assist night? Phenomenal. Taylor Horton-Tucker has been up and down since he's been getting minutes. Tonight he was 4 for 11. It wasn't quite a great night for him. He's still figuring it out. He's got to figure out how to be a consistent contributor, positive NBA player. And some nights are great. Some nights are kind of like tonight where it wasn't very. Chris Dunn gets another 10-day contract. He took 11 shots, made 7 of them. Look at that. 17 points. I honestly hope Chris Dunn is on the team next year just so he can show the defensive level for the Jazz next year. I wrote about that on SLC Dunk. By the way, you should be going to SLC Dunk and reading that every day. But Chris Dunn is going to show all these young players what level of defense they need to play. Having Chris Dunn on the team helps Ochai Agbaji a lot. Because what Ochai Agbaji can do is see how Chris Dunn plays defense and emulate that. His defense is fantastic. He was a +6 in this 10-point loss. Fantastic. But 17 points, 3 assists. He shot the ball efficiently. Look at that. 3 for 4 from 3 from Chris Dunn, who allegedly can't shoot the ball. Is that a development? I don't know. But definitely earned that next 10-day contract. And I'd like to see him get a veteran minimum next year for the Jazz. Just for that reason, you want him to help guys like Ochai Agbaji develop defensively. If the Jazz can get another defender in this draft, whether it's with their first pick, second, or third, get athletic defenders and have them learn from guys like Chris Dunn how he plays defense and do that. I mean, this Jazz team has the potential to be so good defensively with Walker Kessler as that cornerstone rim protector. You have Ochai Agbaji that you hope can continue to develop and just be a solid athlete and defender who shoots lights out. And then Chris Dunn. Finally, guess what? The Jazz might have another guy. And his name's Johnny Juzang. Tonight, 4 for 7 from the field, but he was 3 for 6 from 3. He can really shoot the ball. And he was defending. Can Johnny Juzang be that next guy? I think so. I think the Jazz all of a sudden might start giving him more minutes. And I like the idea of giving him more minutes and resting Lauri Markkanen so he doesn't hurt his hip. Honestly, it's a little scary, and I think it's legitimate that you need to rest Markkanen until he's 100%. But yeah, Johnny Juzang can shoot the ball 3 for 6 from 3. He looked comfortable out there. That's what this does. You get a chance to look at more of these guys. Johnny Juzang, who the Jazz picked up, I think he's a rookie this year. He's a rookie last year or this year. I believe it's this year. He has a chance to be solid. And he's got good size. He's like 6'6", 6'8". I can't remember exactly what he is. But man, he can really shoot the ball. And if the Jazz, I mean, honestly, he might be another George Niang. And if you have someone like that who you can plug in and knock down threes and rebound the ball and things like that, fantastic. Basically it. I don't know if my sound's working today, guys. Oh, it is working. All right, guys, that's all we really got tonight. So it's that time of day again. Let's check out. There we go, baby. Yes, there we go. All right, like we said, this put the Jazz at 11. They're past the Lakers. But I really am excited about the opportunity of being in this area. Very, very possible. All right, should we see where the Jazz land if the lottery was today? Oh, Oklahoma City jumps. That's why the Jazz got to get in that spot. Look at that. Washington jumps. Oklahoma City jumps. Incredible. Jazz end with 11. So if they were drafting at 11, that means Grady Dick, who's been a great shooter. I might go for Casey Wallace over Grady Dick. In fact, I 100% would. Better defender. I don't know where that sound is coming from. From Tankathon. Stop the sound, Tankathon. Anyways, Casey Wallace to me looks like a possible Drew Holiday type player. Wouldn't that be fantastic? And then you've got the Wolves pick right now at 18. The Wolves keep winning. That means you can get someone like Chris Murray, brother of Keegan Murray. Terquavion Smith's pretty nice. Gigi Jackson, if he's there, I'd take him because that's a swing for the fences. Might be solid. A lot of people love Taylor Hendricks. He's going to go higher. Could the Jazz get Taylor Hendricks, who's looking like an absolute stud? I'm going to watch some film on him. Some people really like him, so I might watch some. I might do that tonight. Maybe you should too. And then guess what? The Jazz also have another pick. So they'll get 3 picks in this draft. They've just got to get them better. Everyone root against the Wolves. Root against the Wolves. Root against the Wolves. All right, guys, let's give a shout out to our All-Stars tonight. Thank you so much for supporting the channel. I appreciate it immensely. Let's give a shout out to Ezekiel Racibe, the man from down under. See ya, Lexa Later, Built Ford Tough, Alexander Tufts, Jorge Arrizaga, mi amigo de abajo, Baby Elliott Matson, Jordan the Goat, Best Roll, Just Buckets, JB, Zap Watts, TGD, Total Game Domination, Christian House, Money to Haas, Tyson Price, The Price is Right, X marks the spot for Zintas, Austin R. Grant, Editor Extraordinaire, DW to CB, Darren Williams to Carlos Boozer, Patrick Akubo, the Connoisseur, and Robert Hall of Fame. If you haven't already, guys, like and subscribe to the channel. If you haven't also already, go to Prize Picks and sign up. It's a lot of fun. I will talk to you next time, guys.